What's up, guys? Swift here. We're back again. Mock Draft Monday. We're actually recording this on Sunday, but we got some special guests in the house. Ryan Billings is back, our first returning guest to the show.
Yes,
and then we're also welcoming Bearlissimo all the way from overseas. He's almost a day ahead of us now. It's nighttime over there, just 2:00 here. You guys go ahead and introduce yourself. Everybody knows Will. He just got an orange background today. That's all.
I was gonna say, man, Bearlissimo, you go first, brother, because you the star of the show today, boy.
No star here, just a jag, just a guy. Obviously a Bears fan since I started following football. The reason why a lot of people ask me is Birmingham, the city that I'm nearest to, is actually twin city with Chicago, second city of England, Chicago, second city of the States. I started watching football really in earnest in 1984, aged about 11. Watching my brother play semi-pro ball as a linebacker, obviously really big into defense at the time, and the Bears defense was already good. The offense wasn't quite there, but that draft in 84 really set the Bears up for what came in the 85 season. And from that, I was hooked, and very much like the soccer team that I support over here, I was destined to having more bad times than good. But as the song goes for them, it's bear down. But over here, the football team that I support, their anthem is keep right on to the end of the road, which is very apt with bear down. So a lot of similarities there. Obviously played the game for sort of 16, 17 years, coached for 3 or 4 until I had my kids, and then I had to sort of ball out to take a back seat and just watch him from that point on. That's me.
And Ryan, go ahead, my man.
Man, I can't follow that up, man. That man dropped some bombs over there. That boy Bearlissimo was the guy. Man, but fans know me, man. RMX, man, Ryan Billings, baby, Barfly Tailgate, you know what I'm saying? You had to come back on the show, man. I love these boys, man. Got mad respect for all 3 of these fellas on here, brother, and I just appreciate y'all having me back on.
Awesome. Hey, Will, you got any words you want to say anything to the people today? He's not beeping. He's sounding good. What's up, Will?
Come on now. We funky, fly, getting ready for this draft. Upcoming combine this week. So, we had to do a pre-draft special. Like it's the off season. So we got to bring you all content to make sure y'all stay plugged in to know what's going on, what we're thinking is going to happen, and what's going to happen. Hey, get ready. It's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, we're getting right into it. We're doing another mock draft today. We're using a different format today. We're going to use the one over on Pro Football Network. Bearlissimo went ahead and recommended this, and we're kicking right off into it. And we have trade offers up on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and go over those a bit. I got the Washington one up on the screen first because, it's the Washington one. But we're going to look at them all real quick. Minnesota, we're going to exclude. I won't let you guys take this one because we're not giving Caleb to the Vikings. It's not happening. So that one doesn't count. But we got Washington offering us 4 picks in the first 2 days to go with the 2025 first. Denver's offering us 2 picks in the first 2 days with 3 picks next year. Nowhere near as good of an offer for me to drop down 11 picks. New England's got a pretty good offer on the table as well. Number 3 looks like a good one. Falcons are offering about the same as New England to drop down an extra 5 picks. I don't really see the value there. And then the Raiders are trying to get us to come all the way down to 13. Go ahead. Bear's shaking his head no. So Bear, you want
hell no to the no, hell to the no, hell no to the no.
Hold on, Bearlissimo. I got you.
We're not
hell
going down
no to the no.
To the no. Hell to the no. It's not a singing podcast, man. That's for next week. I'm not interested in, realistically, the premise for me, and the reason why I'm looking to trade that first pick, I'm looking to accept a trade in that first pick, is not necessarily because I'm a believer in Justin Fields, although I do believe that he could be a lot better than what he's shown in the first 3 years. And again, like it says under my name, context matters. And the context for me is that Eberflus pretty much saved his job with calling the defense last year. He had issues as a head coach with the people that he brought in, having to sack 2 people, others being let go. All of the offensive staff pretty much, apart from Coach Morgan, going in the process. There are no guarantees there. Waldron's first year. Waldron has shown that he can work with reclamation projects, and he's also shown that he can work with rookies. So what I want to see is the premise is that we are going to look at potentially picking up a QB in this draft, but we want draft capital for next year on the premise that let's see what Waldron can get out of Fields, because that's going to be a trade value for us next year. As in, when he's in his last year of the deal, we're going to pick up that option because it's still good money for a backup QB. Even if you want a backup QB, it's still average money when you aggregate it over the next 2 years. So we're going to look at taking up that extension for next year, the rookie option, and we're going to keep him this year. And if we do take a quarterback this year, they're going to sit behind. They're going to be insurance with Tyson Bagent. And we're going to look then to potentially, if Waldron can get a tune out of Justin Fields, and great. If he looks like he's top tier, we extend him. We can use a franchise tag. If not, if he doesn't look like he's top tier, if he just looks still average, but he's still starting material, then we look at saying to Waldron, okay, we saw massive improvements from Fields. You get to pick your QB in the first round. We'll use the capital that we're picking up this year, next year to pick up, because don't forget we've got that extra second as well from the Panthers next year as well. So we'll have two, potentially in this scenario, 2 1s and 2 2s to be able to move up if we need to take a QB next year. I'm looking at people like Brady Cook, and there's lots of other QBs as well. I mean, obviously the Colorado Buffaloes, Sanders, Shadur Sanders. There's a few options that are looking at. I'm not a believer that Caleb Williams doesn't have talent. He's got fantastic arm talent, but it's a big leap to go from air raid RPO into West Coast offense and under center, play action, full NFL offense. So it's a big transition for me. And I want to see both Fields and Bagent improve under Waldron and whatever rookie we pick up this year before I start saying, yeah, we're going to take Caleb Williams or someone like that. I'm willing to take the risk on that he could be someone else, but equally we could get someone else and develop them if Waldron shows that he can do that. That's the premise, and that's why I would take 2 and that offer there from Washington.
Oh, I was like that. I didn't know where he was going with that. I honestly didn't know where Bear was going. Which trade offer he liked on that one. He was, but he's saying Washington. This is a great offer. I mean, when you look at it, 36, 40, 67, and a first next year to go down 1 pick. Ryan, Will, you guys gonna go away from that or stick right with it? I'm gonna let you guys.
It looks good. I'm getting 4 or 5 phone calls right now from other GMs, but I don't know, Ryan. Based on what I'm seeing,
you can't pass that up, man.
I don't think we can pass this one up.
We can laugh after we put the phone down to them.
I've never seen that, bro. It's happened to us so much.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. And then, all right, we're at pick 2.
Yeah.
The Commanders have taken Caleb Williams. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's
2
the only
first
offer.
rounds and
Okay,
a high second round.
About it.
I'm not high on Drake May. I'm not even certain he's a round 1 QB, and I've already spoken behind the scenes to you guys about the tape that I see. For me, and convince me otherwise by all means. But Drake May, what I like of the positives is the size, the ability to play off platform, his ability to see tall enough to be able to see over the middle of the field. I'm not sold on his arm strength. I'm not sold on his mechanics. I'm not sold on him being able to play under center. When he is in the pocket and playing in schedule, he has a very long wind-up, which is very slow, and he doesn't show a great deal of arm strength. He actually shows better arm strength when he's off platform. He's throwing off that back foot, getting his rotation in and getting his arm extension. He's a better player off platform than in. I'm not sold on him. I do like the other QB out of LSU, formerly Arizona.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, but I mean, I'm not looking even to take QB in the first round overall. What I do like is Marvin Harrison Jr. and Joe Alt, and I think if we go to 4, there's a risk that the Cards take Marvin Harrison Jr., but I am very high on Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr.
I'd say the only thing I'll say about this is I feel like this trade offer is not realistic. I think there's no way the Cardinals are going to give up basically 3 first-round picks to come up 2 spots to take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, I think they probably in that scenario think that the Bears legitimately might take Marvin Harrison, and we say to them, they say, we want to come up to 2. We say, why do you want to come up? They say, we don't want to tell you. We say, well, we know it's Marvin Harrison Jr. or Joe Alt. Either way, that's the 2 picks that we're looking at. What's your best offer? And then we want more.
And then we want more.
Facts.
Hey, that's a good point, Swift, because they got Paris Johnson Jr. They still need another bookend tackle.
Yep.
What you guys think? Then we take it?
I'm okay with taking Marvin Harrison or Joe Alt. I'm happy at 4.
Yeah. I was gonna say
having those as our 2 options.
I don't prioritize one player over what the team needs. If this was legit something that was on the table, I would say same thing I said with the Bears trading away with that first pick. You would be crazy not to take this deal. Because if Joel Alt is there at 4, then you're okay with taking Joel Alt at 4.
All right, let's do it. Marvin Harrison, Drake May. So it went pretty much how it would go.
As we'd expect, yeah.
Yep.
They got Odunze down at 11. That's wild.
Yeah, so we can have a conversation about Alt, Daniels, or Neighbours. But for me, that's the 3 that I'm looking at. But Daniels, I again, if he's still there at 9, then I'm thinking about it. But especially now as we've picked up the 27th pick. But for me, we do need to fix left tackle. Joe Alt is the best one out there for me. Fashanu is not far behind, so yeah, I don't think he's going to reach 9. Malik Neighbours or Odunze, looking at this, because I still think another quarterback's going to go behind us to the Giants, possibly. That's where I think we need to be looking. I think the Chargers possibly will pick up a tackle.
Yeah, I was looking at tackle and wide receiver for Chargers, possibly. Tight end would be a sneaky one. Definitely a sneaky one.
I'm not taking tight end in the first round. Not for a U tight end. Not for a move tight end. There's other move guys in the draft.
I understand people's fascination with it, bro. But I also stand on it was a guy talking about it, saying that the tight end position would be a rich position to draft for the Bears in the first round, and I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true. Yeah, Brock Bowers would be is a great player, but ultimately he's coming in to be your number 2 behind Cole Kmet. I feel like you need somebody to come in and be the impact starter right away.
Yeah, I mean, at this position, we want someone who's either going to be 100% snaps or they're going to be, 60 plus. So for me, the 100% snaps is Joe Alt. Do we think he's good enough to take at 4, or do we take Neighbours
between him and Fashanu?
The Alt's 20, Fashanu's 21, so they're very close.
So that's $1 million question. You get a wide receiver who is very similar to DJ Moore. Yeah. Or you get the stud left tackle and you take a chance on maybe, Odunze being there at 9. We did this last week, and a lot of us were okay with taking Brian Thomas Jr.
I love the value that Braxton Jones has shown us so far with us getting him in the 5th round. I think he's he's shown to be outplaying that draft position, but he's not progressing that I want him to be for our left tackle of the future. I believe that we need an upgrade at that position, and we're going to get a lot cheaper, longer term upgrade by taking what we know to be a very good left tackle in the first round with that 5th year option. I do believe that Neighbours or the Washington or even Thomas Jr., who's also from LSU. I think Odunze, Neighbours, or Thomas Jr. are all going to be there at 9. So one of them is going to be there. But I don't think Joel or Fashanu will be. They are by far and away the best 2 left tackles in this draft. Jordan Morgan, a close 3rd. Well, a distant 3rd behind Fashanu for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with taking Joel here.
We're on board with Joe Alt.
Is a consensus.
Yep, Joe Alt for me.
Olu went next. Malik Neighbours, Dallas Turner, Jaden Daniels.
We still got a Denzel. I'm not taking the future to drop down. For me, it makes sense to take the wide receiver we want.
Anybody got a problem against Odunze?
No.
Well, the only sort of counter to that is I really like Thomas Jr. So I think Thomas Jr. possibly has more upside than Odunze. Odunze is probably a better day one. I think Thomas Jr. actually has more upside.
I was gonna say, so Bearlissimo, do you think that the
But
Brian
what are the
Thomas,
chances he's at 27? So
yeah,
Well, the chances that he's at 27 are better than the chances of Jackson Powers Johnson being there at 27.
yeah, true.
So the guy that I really want in this draft, the best O lineman in the draft, is Jackson Powers Johnson. He's the best centre prospect I've seen in 15, 20 years easily.
Sheesh.
And it's by some distance. And he can give us guard as well. So, if we do need a vet at centre, fine, we'll let him compete at guard, right guard or left guard, because he can play both. But he's the centre of the future for me, and the best O lineman in the draft on the interior. Yes, he's listed as 20 on there. It's rich to take a centre this high, but we're in a rich position where we've got 3 first-round picks currently and another 2 next year. So we're in a position where we can take a slight reach for what on the board for me is by far and away the best player available.
let me get some thoughts here.
position.
What about with all these picks, 27, 35, 36, 40, 67, and some extras next year?
Wish it slid like that. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
we could take Romo Dunze here at 9 and then use
Possibly move up.
27 and one of these to move up to the 20 range or 19 or 18 and end up with Odunze and JPJ.
We could try that in one of the second-round picks, so like 40, so like try 27 and 40, see if we can move up before. But I think we're going to have to get ahead of.
What's the spot? Jacksonville? Where do you think we'd have to go? I think we have to get ahead of the Steelers at 20 for sure.
I think KC could take a centre. I think Indianapolis could take a centre. That's the reason why I'm concerned. I think Indy putting Jackson Powers Johnson next to Quentin would be ridiculous.
I think they're going to take a wide receiver. I think they could take Brian Thomas Jr.
How much? Hold on. So let me ask this question: how much did Houston give up last year, pick wise? Do we know?
Oh, they came up to top 3 though. We're only going from 27.
I'm not. What I'm asking to say that we look to trade back or trade up.
Chart wise, we only need to give them the 27 and one second realistically.
I would be looking to probably try to trade up with Houston. Because you would think that they would probably need to recoup.
I'd say 40.
They did last year.
40.
Boom.
Yeah, so we'll take a Dunze here then.
Romo Dunze.
We'll hope.
Come on, baby. He should.
We'll hope that Jackson Powers Johnson lasts, and here's where I think he could go.
There it is.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm hanging up the phone. I'm taking Jackson Powers.
I'm pounding the table with it too. I'm all with this one. Like
we're gonna be like Brad Holmes.
Hey,
be like
look
Brad
at it,
Holmes
guys.
when he took Dan Campbell's hand off.
The offense is changed. Joe,
our offense looks scary.
Romo Dunze at wide receiver, and we're adding Jackson Powers Johnson, 2 day 1 starters on the O line, and Braxton's our swing tackle or could even play guard. Boom. And this will take us second round. There goes Quinion, Liatu, Wiggins, Guyton, Keon Coleman to the Eagles, Brian Thomas right there to the
That's
Texans.
a good pick for
Bo
pick
Nix,
for the Texans.
Raiders, Kool-Aid, Cooper DeJean to the Lions. I don't like that.
Second safety in 2 years.
Oh, Darius Robinson. And we're coming up with back-to-back picks here, early second round. Let's look at the board, guys. I love Troy Fatanu, but we have added a ton to the line. Jordan Morgan, Tyler Nubin.
I really like
Michael Penix if we want to go with the QB too.
No, hell no. I really like, and he's further up the board, Lassiter as a cover 2 corner.
I don't see us taking a corner. No way.
It depends upon JJ, how the talks with JJ go. Edge is obviously a need at this point.
There's a few edges here. We got Braylon Trice, Chris Broswell,
Jatavian Sanders as well. If you want that U-tight end that everyone was screaming over in the first round, Jatavian Sanders is a U.
Yeah, that'd be a way better value than Brock Bowers would have been in the top 10.
Yep.
Let's see who else. Patrick. Well, we already got that. Braid.
So safety wise as well. I mean, it's again.
I was gonna say, I seen my guy from Maryland, Tyler Newton.
Tyler Newman in Minnesota, right on top of the board.
I said Maryland. I meant Minnesota.
No, you good. You good. I knew what you meant. Brandon I like Brandon Dorless a lot too, but he's down a bit.
I think Dorless, Trice, and Adisa Isaac. I think Adisa Isaac's more of a hand in the ground defensive end than Chop. He plays with really good leverage and good upper body, good power in terms of his strength. Depends upon how he measures at the combine for me, lengthwise. That's the concern because he's not a bigger tight end. But Braswell does give you more of a left defensive end type profile. He's an effort guy. He needs to get his pass rush chops better. Trice has good primary moves and counters. So he's a better all-round. I really like Leggett, and I
remember we got back-to-back here too. It's back-to-back. Someone can pound the table for one guy. Someone can pound the table for another, and we can get them both. I do love Malachi Corley.
I absolutely love
Malachi Corley and Tyler Newman for those back-to-back picks.
Lad McConkey out of the slot is going to make a lot of hay in the NFL. I'm just going to. So again, how he measures is going to be a big
separation speed,
though. For me, for cover 2 safety, I think this is a little bit high. I think there are safeties we can get 3rd, 4th round that are going to be plenty good enough for cover 2.
So what are we looking at?
I do like Nubin. So for me, it's like Nubin, Isaac.
Yeah, give me your top 3, and then we'll get their top 3.
More Nubin, Isaac, Trice, Dorless. Okay. Braswell would be after that, really, for me. He's more of an effort guy and a decent run defender. I think lengthwise, Trice is the one that fits the measurables that Poles likes. He's a legit 270-pound.
What do you got there, Will? Who you liking?
I'm liking Nubin because he's physical. He's going to come, and he's a good cover safety.
Yeah, the guy I like at safety to complement what we already have is Georgia, which is Javon Bullard. Yeah, because he can play 1 high, he can play 2, he can come down the box, he can cover slot. You can man him, you can match him. It gives you a lot of versatility. And he brings the number as well. He outplays his size. Do you know, Trey Benson is screaming value as well, man. I like the tight end. I like safety. So Jatavian Sanders I like with either of these 2 picks. I mean, because we've got both back-to-back. So it just depends whether we're going to get another offer to maybe get an additional second.
The only thing I'd say is we probably got to take an edge with one of the 2 picks. Who you pound the table for, Ryan?
Out of the 3 names I'm looking at right now, especially in the edge class, I like Trice's game. I like it because he seems like he plays with a lot of hustle and fire. So I'm very high on that kid. Like I said, I haven't really got to see a lot of Isaac, but from my understanding, he kind of seems like he would be a good compliment. Just needs to work on his pass rushing moves, like Bearlissimo said. But yeah, man, like I said, I like Trice here.
Yeah.
Isaac, I think again, it's arm length for me because he's definitely got the strength to be able to play in.
I think they're both a little too. Isaac and Braswell both seem a little too small for.
He is. Again, I just think it might be a little bit high for Trice, but I mean we've only got 2 picks in this round, so we're going to have to get one of them.
Yep.
So for me, it would be of the guys that are there. I'm okay taking Isaac or Trice. So convince me either way.
You guys got a preference there? I like Trice better. I think he's a better fit due to his size. He's 270. He can put on some more muscle. He's also got a lot of burst. I think he'd be good starting off behind DeMarcus Walker as a situational edge rusher.
Yeah,
he has a pretty good motor too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kid got a lot of fight in him, man. I like that about him.
Any reason not to, Bear, or you want to roll with it?
With Trice. I'm fine with Trice.
All right, and then we got the back-to-back pick here. So we're coming right back up.
Oh, no, they can eat a dick.
Yeah, we ain't trading nobody here. And then this is kind of a luxury pick here, guys. At pick 36, our next pick's coming in at
Hey, Lions,
67.
get reeling, cough.
Right.
Get who? What did
He
you say?
said
Get reeling, cough.
Oh. There's a lot of guys here on the top of the board I like.
Lad McConkey and the wide receivers are screaming out for me. I still think it's a bit high for you. A U tight end.
Yeah,
I'm good with. There are 3 wide receivers I really like at this position, and I'm fine with any one of the 3. I'm not gonna take a guard at this point.
Yeah, I think if we wouldn't have already taken 2 offensive linemen, Troy Fatanu would be screaming to me because I love this dude. But yeah,
he's a big. Well, I actually like Cooper Beebe better at guard, left guard particularly. He's an absolute monster.
Oh yeah, Cooper Beebe is nasty. That's a
Cooper
big boy with a
Beebe
lot of
is
strength.
someone who wants to put people under the dirt, not just in the dirt. He gets after people. He's a better than average pass blocker as well. But he's an absolute mammoth. There's no one's going to bull rush Cooper Beebe.
what are you guys thinking here? Since we can wait on safety a bit, we've already attacked the offensive line. Unless we're reaching or unless we're going crazy for a tight end or running back,
I am tempted to double down on the value at wide receiver.
Yeah, I love my guy's Malachi Corley.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna let you guys go over that.
Look, I'll let y'all argue this.
If you go on wide receivers, Malachi Corley, Lad McConkey, or Xavier Legette. So I think Malachi Corley.
Lad McConkey might be the best route runner, and certainly against zone, which we need the help for Fields against zone coverage. He's by far the best receiver against zone coverage.
And plus,
he's quick.
Punch too.
Yes, yeah, and kick return and punts, and he can do the end arounds. He can do all that sort of stuff.
Hey, man, that's who we liking, man. I'll say go with him.
Malachi Corley's got he's got the pound behind him as well. He carries a bit of weight with him.
Yeah, he kind of built like a running back, man. I like
but
that.
Legette, don't forget Legette. I think he had a GPS. He had a GPS max speed of like 23.4 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. He can fly.
He's like seriously quick.
He's not this tall though. The height is a lie.
So
yeah, he's probably 6'1", but he's every part of 230.
He measured in at 6 foot and a half, 6 foot and 4/8.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So 6'1".
He plays bigger than his size, though. To be honest.
Yeah, he bodies people well.
Yeah. So I'd say those are my top 3 too. I prefer Corley or Legette over McConkey just because you can get a slot guy like Ricky Pearsall or Luke McCaffrey later. If that's what I think ultimately he is in the NFL, I think Corley and Legette have number 1 or number 2 receiver upside as their ceilings in the NFL. I think they're a bit higher, but you guys are making the pick.
So my comp for Malachi Corley is Devin Duvernay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can see that.
That's my comp for him. Legette is more of a legit X type to go, and so a DJ Moore future replacement, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of that frame. I don't think we can go wrong with either one of these two, to be honest.
Yeah, see, that's where it's rough, man.
Anybody pounding the table?
It is rough. And think about it. When you think about if we're gonna stick with Justin Fields, so hypothetically speaking, that's what we're doing. Like that's and I know you said Lad McConkey would be good for Justin for the zone, but Xavier Legette off that play action, the rollouts, the waggles, the boots.
My premise is we've seen Lad McConkey against SEC defenses. We've seen Legette against some SEC defenses. We've seen Malachi Corley against Mac.
Yeah.
And
Saw him
you
at
know
the
what I
Senior
mean?
Bowl though. He killed at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, he did well at the Senior Bowl, but then so did Lad McConkey. Look like the best receiver out there.
Oh man.
My preference is Lad McConkey, then Legette, then Corley. Just simply by virtue of the fact that it's projection of what we can get from Corley. Is he going to be the Senior Bowl receiver we saw? Or is he going to be, because he lacks the route savvy for me of a Lad McConkey or Legette.
Yeah, man. You
don't get me wrong, his upside is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I say
Locking
you
in with
GM, man.
McConkey?
If you saying McConkey,
Like,
man,
man, let's go.
I can't argue against it, man. Like I said, we had 3 names that we looked at. I'm
In my
okay
other
with any
mocks, I've
3.
taken the get, but so McConkey's never been there. So just by virtue of the fact of seeing him do it at Georgia,
there.
although he has
That
worn down. So, oh wow, he just picked him.
Yep, we took him.
We took.
Okay,
Well,
I was just gonna say the get.
it
He's
looked
not.
like
There
yeah,
went Corley,
yeah, went
Sanders,
right
Hall.
behind him.
We are going to need a 3 set, but I've got a sneaky sleeper on that.
I hope you're from
In
Florida
fact,
State.
I've got 2 sleepy sneakers that could play 3 or
Penix
legit.
to the Lions. Ooh, Ravens got Roman Wilson. Boom. All right. 3rd round, guys. Pick 3.
Legette's still there.
Leggett is still on the board.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Oh, no way. This board is
Zach
there's
Frazier.
no
There's no
way
chance he's going
Zach
to be there.
Frazier
There's no
falls
way he's
that
going to be
far.
there.
No
It's
way.
a Barry
Jenkins.
Kalen Bullock.
I'm gonna say realistically that those guys are not there, and I want my safety.
Yeah, I think this is a good time for a safety right here.
So for me, the best guy is the ranking there is Bullard, then Bullock.
Yeah, I like all 4 of these guys.
Yeah, and then Hicks. I'm lower on Bishop. I think he's more of a box. He's too similar to what we've already got.
Yeah, true.
To have someone who can legit play 1 high, my preference, my one of these 3 would be Bullard.
Coming soon.
He's bigger than 180. He's got to be nearer 200 pounds.
Yeah, I like Bullard too. I think he's my 3rd safety in the class behind Cam Kinchins and Tyler Nubin.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Lock him in, baby.
Bullard is my guy.
I ain't gonna argue that.
I know Will likes him. All right, let's lock it. There's our safety. There went Zach Frazier.
Zach
Way
Frazier
too
probably
late.
went Bucky
Cedric
Urban.
Van Pran, Spencer Rattler. Leggett to the Falcons. Okay. Let's see. And now we're kind of wide open. Like we've hit most of our needs right now. We've got Joe Alt, Jackson Powers Johnson for the offensive line, 2 receivers, Lad McConkey.
Devondre Sweat at this point of the draft would be absolutely ridiculous.
It would. Chris Jenkins isn't even bad.
I was
this
gonna
far
say
now.
Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, Chris Jenkins is good. Trotter is way overvalued there.
Braden Fisk.
Brady
Yeah.
Fisk. Yeah.
Will's pounding the table. We found his guy.
Yeah, I like my comp for him is like a less refined Brian Brissy. So body type, Brian Brissy, strength type, Brian Brissy, speed, Brian Brissy, pursuit, Brian Brissy. Pass rush chops is not there yet. He needs to be able to alternate 1-hand strikes, a single hand striking, and then being able to sort of have counters, because that's where at the moment with FSU, and I think this is largely down to coaching because most of their interior D-line do this, they're kind of almost 2-gapping. We need him to 1-gap and have a real legit single hand strikes, things like that. Esteem is a guy I really like at running back there, but we can come back.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I see one of my.
I love Ben
guys there,
Sinnott, but
Ben Sinnott is my boy.
yeah.
Jaheim Bell is the guy that I think is the U tight end that
like Jaheim
that's
Bell.
what I want to be targeting.
I like all 3 of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stover is a U as well.
Our next pick's 111. Like honestly, we might lose all 3 of these tight ends if we wait.
There is a possibility of that. We've taken safety. There are some defensive tackles I think we can get at that 111, 123 spot.
Mekhi Wingo, Tyler Davis, Mason.
Tyler
Smith,
Davis, I
Dwayne
really
Carter,
like.
good
Dwayne
ball.
Carter, I really like. The guy from Baylor as well, I really like. Ebawigbe, I really
Gabe
like.
Davis, yeah. Where's he at?
Yeah, Gabe
Gabe
Davis.
Hall. Yeah, there it is.
Ebawigbe.
Damn, he's way down there. Yeah, let's
So
go.
there's a lot of.
I'm
there's a lot
thinking
of
tight
options
end.
of that.
You guys tell me who you want to pound the table for.
We already know who I want. So
The Utah end that's a threat to score is Jaheim Bell.
I like Jaheim Bell flexibility.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can put him out as wide receiver, legit wide receiver. You can put him in as a slot.
it
You
don't
can
hurt
put him
that
in the backfield.
State.
Stover is not as quick and as sudden as Jaheim Bell. I think Jaheim Bell is
Zero
very
drops
good.
though. 0 drops. He's got those hands.
He does, and he's also got the familiarity because I think he was there as a fresh with Fields.
Mm.
Ooh.
He and Fields do know each other.
Yeah, I love Stover. I love all three of those guys. I wouldn't argue with either one.
Jaheim Bell for me is the upside guy. He's the middle of the field threat
I know Will's pounding
out of
the
those
table
three.
for it. We'll go
Hey,
with
man.
Jaheim Bell then.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been outbid.
Jaheim Bell, baby. All right, let's see. There goes Christian Haynes. I love Christian Haynes. Kalen Bullock. King. I love him. Tavondre Sweat to the Rams.
What an absolute bargain for the Rams.
We don't want that.
Pooney's a good pickup for the
County Dix, the pack. Yeah.
Ooh, Braylon Allen of Wisconsin.
Send it to the Chargers.
I eat it. Oh, I hate them for this.
Brandon Coleman. There goes James Williams. Where are we at next? 111? Okay. I'm coming up. Oh, Jordan Travis, the Patriots.
To the Patriots.
Brendan Rice to the Vikings. Ooh. Okay, where are we looking at on the board?
Yeah, Estimate staring us in the face. And then my boy Corum.
Yeah, Austin.
Brandon Fisk still on. Fisk.
We got two running backs.
Estimate for me is a one running back. He's
running back.
He's a legit starter.
Where are we at after this? 123.
Yeah, I'm good taking a D tackle DN hybrid type guy, and I've got just the guy for you at 123. I really like Estimate there.
There we go.
Lord,
it's ridiculous value.
Anybody against Estimate?
He fits our Zames game perfectly. One cut, go.
Let's get it. Lock it in. Boom. Woo. Let's see where they're going at. There went Cade Stover. Braden Fisk. Malik Washington to the Jags.
So if we start looking at defensive tackles, who we got on the board?
Let's see what we got here. Dwayne Carter fell. I like him.
I really like Tyler Davis, Ebo Igbe. Those two are my guys by quite some distance from the rest. The guy who's a fit for polls, who might not be on a lot of people's names, Keith Randolph Jr. He's a fit.
Keith Randolph Jr. too.
He's a fit for polls in terms of height, weight, speed, length at D tackle. Gabe Hall, I love.
I don't know why they got him so far down the board.
He can play three tech. Ebo Igbe and Gabe Hall can both give you defensive end reps as well on like bigger sets.
Mm-hmm. Dwayne Carter maybe as well. I don't know about Tyler Davis. Is a little. He's kind of more.
He's a three tech.
Yeah.
Tyler Davis is a three tech, and he's got some really good pass rush stuff. He's good against the run. Plays with great technique. They're always well coached defensive tackles there, Clemson.
Who you guys like? Who you want?
Hey, I'm cool with Dwayne. I mean Tyler Davis.
Ebo Igbe gives three tech and end. He can play both.
So you like him over?
So
so where do we pick at 143? They got him down at 152. I mean, you can probably take both. Realistically, what all are we looking for to fill at this point?
Sean Smith Wade.
See, it's all about depth at this point because we don't feel all the actual need.
Unless we wanted to grab another edge, Jonah Ellis on the board.
Hey, Jonah Ellis. Like I said,
Marshawn Nealon.
I'm always
the Colorado guy. It will be around here only the Colorado end.
Colorado State. Muhammad
Kamara.
That's what I meant.
He should be at the next pick, if we take a D tackle
I was
here.
gonna say I'm always a fan of him. That kid just has a motor, man.
Yep.
If we want three tech, pure three tech, Tyler Davis. If we want someone who can play two spots, it's Ebo Igbe.
I would.
We got Trice. If we're taking Trice and Kamara, we probably just want a three tech.
Yeah.
And whoever we're taking, I gotta have the ability to play special team because y'all gotta remember we got 19 free agents now.
Yeah, I mean the guy who's going to be faster down the field is going to be Ebo Igbe. He's going to be the quicker one of those two guys for me.
All right,
but Davis or Ebo Igbe.
All right, let's take Ebo Igbe. We just got to learn how to say his name now.
Marshawn Nealon, huh? That was a sleeper for Mel Kiper. Him and old Tyler Yates.
just went to the Bills. Marshawn Lloyd to the Chargers. Harbaugh wants to run the ball. They're definitely taking a running back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At
Yeah.
edge, we got Xavier Thomas, ZTF from Washington, and Muhammad Kamara all on the board still.
Kamara for me is
Yeah, I'm
he's got the
Kamara
best
fan.
pass rush stuff.
If I like him. This would be our last pick. That's it. This is Kamara.
Yep.
All right, draft. Let's take it out and see what happens here. Bo Limmer, I like him. Tyler Davis, the Bengals. Javon
Chris
Baker.
Mahogany was still on the board.
Look at these guys, man. This draft is so deep, man.
It is. Javon Baker from
George
UCL.
Washington. Yep. Malik Mustafa, Luke McCaffrey down here in the round 5. We got to trade down to get extra mid-round picks too at some point.
Yeah, it's too much value. People sleeping on Dylan Johnson from Washington.
Tyke Smith's a good safety as well.
Nia Smith, a little punt returner.
From
Josh
Texas
Proctor, I
A&M.
like him. Tommy Eichenberg.
Eichenberg, I love. Dadrian Taylor Demison as well is a really good safety.
Dang, Eagles got all types of late round picks. Keep seeing them pop up. Hey, there's the Iowa tight end, but he was only there for a year, and he's not the good one. The good Iowa tight end's coming out next year.
Yeah.
I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's a beast. Now, Whittington's not bad. He's got some size. There's ZTF. Dude, that's not a bad pass rusher the end of the 6th round.
End of the 6th, yeah.
That's crazy. Now the draft's running.
If you want to pause this point, there's a guy that a lot of people have forgotten about. Gabe Hall's great value there. If you want to just pause a second, if you go to offensive tackle, so there's a name that 2 years ago would have been first round talk out of Miami. Yeah, I think he's Zion Nelson.
Oh, there he is. Dang, he fell off.
Yeah, he just hasn't played the last 2 years because of injury. And he has not been able to get back in. The left tackle in Miami next year, if he comes out as a junior, will be an absolute stud. But Zion Nelson is a priority free agent for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. I might even trade into the 7th round or pick up a 7th rounder just to grab him. That's kind of nice.
And I'm not sure if Ray Davis is still available, running back out of Kansas, but he's a guy I really don't know. He's gone. He's already gone.
Okay. I'll let it go. That's not bad, though. Let's look at our picks. Joe Alt got that left tackle. Got Romo Dunze at wide receiver. Paired with Lad McConkey later. Jackson Powers Johnson finally got a center. Braylon Trice at edge. Javon Bullard's going to come in and take that Eddie Jackson spot or compete with a free agent. Jaheim Bell compliments Cole Kmet.
Is it you?
Yep. Audric Estime, running back that we need right now because Deontay Foreman's not coming back. Whew, that's a nice draft.
And 2 1s and 2 2s next year.
Yeah.
But still have 2 firsts, 2 seconds next year. That's crazy.
I'm really pleased at what we've done on offense there. I think we've got a potential 4 starters and people who are going to play year 1 significant snaps.
Mm-hmm.
At other positions. You know, the upside of Jaheim Bell, Lad McConkey as people who can come in. And again, we're not going to have to worry about his hands. We're just going to have to get him some more strength on in that weight room. Lad McConkey, just get his body built up a little bit, and we're going to be good with him.
Man, that's a killer one. That's a killer. I like it. We didn't get Marv. You guys know I love Marv, but Landon Romo Dunze at 9 and Jackson Powers Johnson, 2 of my favorite players in the whole draft. To make up for it and getting another first next year. That's a beautiful draft, in my opinion.
Joe Alt at left tackle is a huge upgrade from what we currently have.
Yeah. I was gonna say this is all predicated on the fact of you don't fall in love and chase what you think might be generational. He's not a sure prospect. If you can get an offer, I will never say that's the offer you'll get from the Commanders. But if there was something very similar to that, if they didn't even give us the first, I would have still took the two twos and the 3, because it's about what you can do for the team right now. To me,
I know you guys overlooked it, but Michael Penix Jr. in the 2nd round there, I would have liked him. I think he's a perfect guy to come in and back up Justin Fields. His biggest concern is injury, and if you're just going to come in he could play, so I like him, but as a day 2 guy.
Jordan Travis, baby, come on, perfect compliment.
Yeah, Florida State. I mean,
Yes.
if you get him with like around that point where Audric Estime was,
100%.
if you could get him around there, then we're laughing.
I really need to see
beautiful.
what doing.
I'm telling y'all, that's the type of draft right there, similar to like what Detroit did, and people laughed at a lot of the moves that were made. Like Brad Holmes, when he was up there just pounding the table and slapping Dan Campbell and talking trash, and we were like, man, he took Jack Campbell in the first, and he took Jahmyr Gibbs in the first. Like this,
we took better position, except for the center. I mean, we took a tackle and a receiver. Yeah.
Let me just say this as well. If Caleb Williams goes full gas mask with a bong before the draft, and he drops to 9, I am going to take him at 9 because for there, I'm willing to take that risk. But at 1 overall, it's a projection, and it's a projection that Baker Mayfield had better stats in the same system, and you can have the same arguments for his offensive line at Oklahoma. There were no starters there that came into the NFL. He did better in college than Caleb Williams did, and he's been, let's talk it, top end of mid in the NFL. So it's a tough projection. Yes, Mahomes is the possibility with Caleb. He has the arm talent. But the transition to NFL game is a projection. We've got to be absolutely certain if we're going to be taking him. And for me, I want to see Waldron do it with what we have. Mm-hmm. And then we can take our pick of the QBs next year with all that draft capital.
Another 2 first and 2 second, baby. With a lot better offensive line to go around him. I mean,
hella better offensive line and better wide receiver room.
If you give Justin this right here, Joe Alden left tackle, Jackson Powers Johnson, that's it. Roma, and he doesn't take that leap. I'm talking about 30 plus touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 3,500. He was on pace this year to get 3,500 yards.
Oh man, hold on. Because before we go there, bro, I got told that 3,500 passing yards is mid. By
especially when you're rushing for 800 plus.
The kid
with another 800,000 running.
He legit told me he leaves out running stats because all he does is bail on passes. I say, you know what? At that point, I'm excusing myself from the argument. I'm not even responding.
Yeah. If they don't count rushing yards, I don't count anything they have to say. So I mean, a yard is a yard. I don't care how you get it.
Exactly.
It's not just the rushing yards. It's what it makes the defensive line, the front 7, think pre-snap and post-snap. Yep. They have to take account of Justin Fields and every single play. They cannot be in 2 places at once. Why does Justin Fields get those yards? Because if they're going to sit back and they're going to sit in zone, they're going to cover 3 that we got out on routes, and Justin's not going to have an option to pass in zone, run the ball.
No edge can stay with him one-on-one.
If they want to spy him, they're a man short in the defensive backfield. Now, if Waldron can get that to eat and to work in this offense, which we've seen him do with 3 tight end sets, be able to work space downfield, with the threat of Justin Fields off the back of that, it's we've seen Justin make every throw you want him to be able to make. We've just not seen the consistency. And the reason why we've not seen the consistency is because he's been in shotgun 80-90% of the time. I don't agree with what Chase Daniel said. Chase Daniel said that Getsy was trying to get him under center the first 5 games of the year. I think he had 6 snaps in the first 5 games of the year under center. So the tape doesn't really bear it out, but a lot of people are going to hate this, and they're going to say, you're all idiots for not taking Caleb Williams. Well, that might be the case. We've got 2 first-round picks next year. We've got 2 second-round picks next year. We've got Joe Alt, Roma Dunze, Jackson Powers Johnson, Lad McConkey, Jaheim Bell, Audric Estime, whatever you want to call him. Either way, all of those guards can come in and give you starter reps in 2 tight end formations. Jaheim Bell, use him as a U tight end, move him all over the field. He's the guy you put in motion from tight end.
Yeah, can play as a big
slot. You leave Komet on the edge. You put him as the big slot. You put him as the U. You put him as the wing. You put him as a fullback. You put him as a wide receiver. And that's
we saw Waldron's. You saw Waldron's 3 tight end in the backfield weird sets. I mean, if you had Jaheim Bell, Cole Komet, both back there with the running back and
pistol F.
Yep.
I'm definitely here for
Wow.
That's gonna be, hey, that's gonna be that. But that in itself, Billissimo is gonna make Justin a better quarterback because it's like so many options. And as a defensive coordinator, it's like, okay, do I focus on Justin? Do I focus on Jaheim? Like, you got so many variables just off of the personnel groupings.
Waldron is going to have Justin Fields under center a shit ton more than he's ever been under center. It's going to help with his footwork. It's going to help with the time in the West Coast offense. It's also going to put an additional factor because the front seven have been able to watch Justin Fields try and cover out a snap from anywhere within this kind of frame, where he's having to go up off the backboard to take one, crash the board to take one off the back of Lucas Patrick's trying to put it 4 feet over his head or at his knees or dribbling on the floor. Take that out and put him so he's turning his back on the front seven. They don't know whether he's handed off the ball. They don't know whether he's play faking. And he's getting to his landmark, turning and then reacting. And Justin Fields, where he's got too much information and chaos going in front of him, he's in his head too much. Turn his back, make him turn. That's on my timing. I know the pre-snap I was going there. Is it what I thought it was? Yes, it is. Bang.
Bang, bang.
He's already shown with Bill Lazor when Bill Lazor got the when he got the Denny's menu off of the visor wearing narcissistic interior designing play sheet walling of Nagy.
Wait, that wasn't Phil.
I think I might have just killed Will's internet there with that. It's when Bill Lazor actually got the call sheet, I think, for 3.5 games, he was running much more West Coast offense system. That's the best that Justin's looked at QB.
Great show, guys. Any final thoughts? Will, you got any final thoughts on this mock?
Hey, great draft, great personnel. With this draft right here, that's not even including the free agents that we're gonna sign. I can see us going with this last place schedule at a minimum 11-6, 12-5.
Yep. Ryan, any thoughts?
Oh man, to me, this is one of those perfect situations. You get a franchise left tackle. Don't think anybody can complain about that. Then you also get Jackson Powers Johnson, which everybody believes might be the best interior offensive lineman in this draft. And then you still come out of this with Romo Doomsday. I don't know how you can complain. And then, like I said, I'm not married to just a player. I'm going to continue to say this. I'm not married to a player. I'm married to the team. This is how you build a team. If Fields does not produce with these players, then you know what? We're looking for a guy next year. And I'm not mad that we passed on Caleb.
It takes 5 fingers to make a fist and only 1 to flip the bird, if you get what I'm saying. So if you want to just roll with 1, then that's what you're going to get. So let's make fists and pound people with them, and that's what we're going to do on the Bears. We're going to make the team better, and we've made the team better with this draft.
This is making the team better. This will probably, on paper, be one of the most exciting Bears teams that you would have seen in the last 20 years.
Yep. Making the Bears better, and that's exactly what I believe Ryan Poles will do this year. And there's so many different options he could do it, and we showcased one of them today. It's just one of various routes he could take to make this team better. I appreciate you guys all for joining the show. Bearlissimo, tell the people where they could find you so they make sure they can subscribe to your YouTube channel. He does all 22 breakdowns over there and goes deep in depth on a lot of these prospects. Bear, tell them where they can find you.
YouTube.com/Bearlissimo, just on its own. On Twitter, it's @Bearlissimo1. I just want to leave you with, if you can be anything in this world, be kind and bear down.
Hey, Ryan, go ahead and tell people where they can find you, too. They need to know.
Hey, man, you can find me at RyanKB34 on Twitter, man, or the X, however y'all want to say it. I don't know, whatever the hell this rebranding crap does. Hey, man, like you said, man, just be kind, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you do, you never know when somebody's on the edge and what you could be doing could be pushing them off the edge. And you pay it forward. It's a circle. It always comes back around. So, hey, man, be kind to folks, be generous, and like I said, man, just love the Bears, baby. We out here, man. Love y'all, boys.
Yep. Hey, it's going to be a better team this year. There's no reason for everyone to be so divided. The future looks super bright for the Chicago Bears. So until next time, guys, thanks for joining us. You guys are welcome to come back anytime and bear down.
Bear down.